Another way that you can fund deals is with owner financing. Now, owner financing, you're pretty much borrowing from the seller, right? There's a lot of times that you're looking for deals and everything, and you come across a property where the seller wants to sell, but they don't need to sell. They don't need the money. So you can actually negotiate with them where it's like, all right, well, if you don't need the whole amount, how about you lend me the money, then pretty much what I would buy the property for. You predetermine a certain interest rate, maybe payments, you negotiate all these things. And now all of a sudden they pretty much funded the purchase of the property. Now, they may not fund the rehab, right? All you're probably going to get is the purchase, but still, if it's a, expensive property, that could save you a ton of money. And a lot of times, the interest payments for these owner finance deals, they tend to be really, really low when you're working with a seller. You can negotiate really, really low interest rates. There's people that have negotiated zero interest rates, interest payment for this. So it's something that it's very customizable. You can adjust it. You can make the necessary negotiation, build the terms out. You can do subject twos within this, where you're taking the property subject to the current financing. So if they already have a loan in place and they weren't going to get much money out of it because of the loan and everything, you just take over that loan, and all of a sudden you're pretty much bought a house for no money, and you have a monthly payment that's, at a 3% interest payment. So it's extremely low and you're paying down the principal. These are all great things about owner financing. The thing is that, the cons, I guess, with all this is that you need an experience level of at least 5, because you're partnering with the homeowner or you're working with the banks. This gets very involved and it can get you into a lot of trouble. So there's a lot of documents that go into this that you need to understand in order to create this kind of solution or this kind of benefit to you. So this is something that advanced investors use, and it's not always available to you, especially in the hot market that we're in. We're in such a hot market where sellers, they don't need to, finance the deal to you, because they can put it on the market at any time and get exactly what they want, if not more. So this is a strategy that we used to see a lot before the pandemic, before all that happened, when foreclosures and stuff like that. But it doesn't stop it from being an opportunity that if you find the right person, and especially with absentee landlords and stuff like that, these are the people that you want to pitch this to. If they want a large amount for their property and everything, but they're like, I could sell or maybe not, then maybe you work out an owner finance deal. It's like, all right, well, how about you keep getting that monthly payment, right? Because I'll finance it from you. The difference is that you don't have to worry about the toilets or anything like that, because I'll take over the property. I'll take over everything. So now you structured a loan with them where you're paying them monthly payments, right? A very low interest rate, but you get to keep the property and do whatever you need to do. Maybe you rent it out. You do, you can do what's called the wrap, where you owner finance it out to an end buyer. I mean, there's so many ways to do it, but this is why I say it requires an experience level of 5, because it's so involved and it can really get you into trouble. Another con to this is that a lot of the times you are borrowing from the homeowner. And when you're doing that, it kind of makes the homeowner your partner. And, that can be, again, a huge pain in the ass. If you have a homeowner that all of a sudden, they agreed to it because they were in a bind or there was whatever it was at the moment. 6 months later, all of a sudden they're doing better and they're like, well, hey, I kind of want my money back. When are you going to pay this loan off? When are you going to do this? And even though you have the contracts, you have everything, they can be a huge pain in the butt. So again, this is an advanced strategy, and another thing is that, yeah, you might get the subject to, you might get the purchase price, finance, but you are probably going to have to come in with the rehab money. And if the house needs a lot of rehab and you don't have it, you're going to have to borrow that. You're going to have to do something with it. So those are kind of like the cons to doing this strategy. It's very, very advanced. So please be careful when doing this.